Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy Drew here back again with another video for all you American soccer fans out there. And in this video, we're going to talk about, let's see, what we got. Promotion relegation. Is MLS even that good? History of MLS. Ooh, I know. MLS expansion. The 28th team of the MLS expansion. Who's it going to be? And why is it going to be that team? Let's talk about it. Before we start, as always, if you guys love American soccer or just love soccer in general and want to see it get the respect and growth it deserves in this country, then hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, share this video, write your comments down below, share the channel around with your friends, be part of the Road to 1K squad, and be part of your boy Drew SC. Because together as a team, all of us, we together can help soccer help it grow more in this country. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so as many of you guys would know, a lot of people watch my channel, I'm sure you guys are more aware of this. You guys already know all about it, is that MLS is trying to expand its league even further. And if you're not really too familiar with it, I'll give you a little brief rundown real quick. MLS started with 10 teams. Now currently we've got 24 teams playing in the league, and now they want to expand to at least 28 teams. So from those 28 teams, a lot of cities put bids in to see who can be the next MLS expansion team. A lot of these teams don't have USL teams. A lot of these teams do have, lower USL teams already playing, and they want to move those teams up to an MLS level kind of team. So out of the 4 teams we need to get to 28, we already got 3 teams lined up. We've got Nashville, we've got Inter Miami, and we've got Austin FC. So these teams seem like they're popping up pretty quickly. A lot of people have been like speculating who's going to be the 28th team to be picked. And we've got 10 teams or 10 cities already still lined up, ready and waiting to see if their team will be accepted by MLS into the expansion. Like I said, there's 10 cities already still in the running, waiting to be the 28th MLS expansion team. But out of these 10 cities waiting, only 2 of these really look like they're going to be, in the running or actually even be considered at all. So I'm going to run down the list of cities who are in the running, and then the last 2 cities I'm going to talk about more in depth and talk about why I think they'll get it over these other teams. So here we go. Starting from the bottom, we've got Indianapolis, we've got Las Vegas, San Diego, Charlotte, Tampa, Raleigh, Detroit, and Phoenix. So out of all these teams I just listed, I personally think, and a lot of other soccer people that you can read online, articles and stuff, they really don't think that these teams are going to get accepted, because the main 2 teams in the running right now, the big boys, Sacramento and St. Louis. So those are the 2 main teams that MLS is really considering. The MLS, people higher ups are only looking at Sacramento and St. Louis because they've got all these things. So all these teams who I listed before who really aren't going to get into it, most of it's because, some of these cities don't have a soccer stadium planned, or no soccer stadium at all. They don't have fan support, soccer backing. They don't have the financial backing either. So, and some of them are just kind of new. They don't have an experience being already at a club level, even in the USL level at all. So, with all those things mixed in with all these teams, all these cities, they're just not going to be accepted into the MLS. But for Sacramento and St. Louis fans, you guys have all these things already lined up for you. So it gives you guys a better chance into being accepted. But of course, only one of you can be accepted into this next MLS expansion. There's not really a clear front runner, I would say. I'd say that Sacramento and St. Louis are both kind of evenly matched. It's just a matter of who MLS really thinks they want to pick, because both of these teams have a stadium planned. Both of these teams have financial backing now. Both of these teams have the fan support and a soccer history. So what's the big deal? MLS is just kind of torn apart. They don't know who to pick right now. That's the vibe I'm getting. But let's just run down through these teams one by one. Let's talk about St. Louis first. St. Louis right now had a stadium plan recently rejected by the public because people didn't want to pay for a stadium. They didn't want to pay taxes to build a stadium. So St. Louis was like, oh, sure, okay, we get it. We'll build our own stadium. We'll pay for it ourselves. And MLS was like, oh, that's really cool. That's really good. That's good for us, because now St. Louis has got the financial backing. They've got the stadium plan already set. And they've got a big soccer history, which MLS really loves. It's no surprise that MLS really loves the soccer history St. Louis has. And if you look up soccer history in St. Louis, you'd see there's so much American soccer history in St. Louis. Most recently being that, the U.S. national team really plays there a lot. So they've played some World Cup qualifying games recently. They've almost sold out every seat. They got 48,000 tickets sold the last time they played there. So there's a lot of fan and soccer support there for the sport and for St. Louis. So having an MLS team there in St. Louis would make sense. They'd have people showing up to the games at least, definitely. They'd have a good MLS backing. They'd have they'd have everything going for them. I can't really see any downside. The only downside that was, plaguing St. Louis was that that their stadium plan was rejected because, people didn't want to pay for a stadium plan themselves out of their pocket. So that makes sense. But now that they've got that all cleared up, they're back in kind of the front line to be picked as a 28th MLS expansion team. As for Sacramento, they've had a lot of stuff going for them as well. The only downside that they had, well, I'll get to that in a second. Let me talk about the stuff they did have going for them. What they did have going for them was already an approved downtown stadium and a great, well-supported USL team who's already playing. So, they got the fan support, they got the soccer support, they got the stadium plan approved and ready to go. The only thing they didn't have that was kind of, bringing them down as being picked as the next MLS expansion team was they didn't have like a financial supporter, basically. Like, they didn't have like a big financial CEO guy, like what it says here, financial muscle, to convince MLS to choose Sacramento. So they didn't have someone to go toe-to-toe with the execs and be like, yo, pick Sacramento because we can do this, we'll give you guys this. This is how Sacramento's going to be successful here. They didn't have someone who's going to, like, vouch for them in that executive state of mind, okay? But now, since January, billionaire financier Ron Burkle agreed to buy a really big portion of the Sacramento MLS expansion group, so that now the Sacramento has that financial support, that financial dude to be like, yo, we're gonna go toe to toe with these MLS execs and just like push for Sacramento to be picked. So, like I said, there's no clear front runner. It's just a matter of who I think MLS is gonna want to pick, St. Louis or Sacramento. Either way, I don't know. I think either way, these teams are going to be successful in terms of support and, just MLS success in general. But what does your boy Drew think? Well, I'll tell you guys in a second. I had to drink my coffee first. So, okay, let me tell you who I think is going to be picked, or who I want to be picked. I think, I'd go for... I was really hesitant as to say who I want to be picked and who I don't want to be picked because I don't want the hate comments, because I know either way I pick, people are going to hate me. But I don't care. It's my channel. You guys want to hate me? Cool. I hate me too. So what I'm going to pick is St. Louis. I think just it helps fill out the map in MLS. It'll be more like Central America soccer support. I know Canada already has a lot of teams. They got like both LA teams. They've got San Jose. They've got some USL teams in there. They had Chivas, which kind of went under, so that was a flunk. Sorry. But I just really didn't feel like having another California team. Like, I know California is a really big soccer state. It's a big state in general, so a lot of places to fill up there. And it's the capital of California, Sacramento. But I kind of had my heart set on St. Louis. But if I really wanted to pick a team who I really, really wanted to be accepted into the MLS, besides these two teams, I'd go for Detroit. Because I think Detroit really needs that soccer team. They've got the passionate soccer fans already there. I've had a couple of them attacking me in my channel and my old like a year ago expansion team video, which was terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I can't even watch it, but it's my most viewed video and I hate it because it's just terrible. I was like, oh, no one's gonna watch this anyway, so I'm just gonna bullshit it. Who cares? And look at that. It's my most viewed channel, my most viewed video on my channel, and now people are like hating me. And what I saw was a lot of Detroit fans angrily because I didn't say much about Detroit. And the more I looked into it, the more I watched videos about Detroit, the more I learned about Detroit. I was like, this is going to be a really great MLS team. But maybe in the next round, if MLS decides to choose to go even to 30 teams, I think Detroit would be considered, because Detroit and Phoenix were kind of next up after St. Louis and Sacramento. But different video for different topic for different video. Like I said, I'd pick St. Louis over Sacramento because I just feel like it has so much rich soccer history there. I'm telling you guys, look up St. Louis history. There's so much of it already in St. Louis, and then just adding to that and expanding on it would make it even better. And just having like another team in the middle of America would be really great. And it doesn't matter if you guys are wondering about conferences, about which conference is going to go where. It doesn't really matter because both of these teams are going to be in the Western Conference, because Austin is another team who's going to be in the Western Conference, because Nashville and Miami are going to be Eastern Conference. So now we need two more Western Conference teams, which we already have Austin. So now we need another one, which is going to be either Sacramento or St. Louis. So either way, this would be a Western Conference team. I'd pick St. Louis. I would love to know who you guys would pick down below in the comment section. As always, Thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you for being a subscriber. And if you're not subscribed, definitely think about it. Thinking about, helping soccer grow here in America, helping your boy Drew out on YouTube. As always, thanks for kicking it with me. I'll see you next time.